Fresh yogurt for breakfast topped with warm autumn fruit is the best. Or you can have it for lunch or over ice cream after dinner. Poaching fruit is just a wonderful way to enjoy the fruits of the season, any time of the day. Breakfast for me usually includes yogurt, granola, and fruit, any kind of fruit. But in the fall, when pears and apples and plums abound, that is when I poach. It's such a cozy and warming way of eating fruit. And let's face it, it's the perfect way to hide imperfections, because everyone will eat a pear that has a bruise on it if it's in a delicious syrup. So let's start by making that little syrup. Nice hot pan, water. Nice glug. And some wine. It actually just looks like I'm a hipster and this is my chamomile tea, but it's wine. And not to worry, all the alcohol will evaporate in the poaching process. It's perfectly good for your children to enjoy as well. Some white sugar. And a fresh bay leaf. It's such a treat to find fresh. Just add that in. I have just a piece of vanilla bean. In it goes. The zest of an orange. Make sure you scrub your orange really, really well. Dry it off. Could use a vegetable peeler for this. I just happen to have a fancy twirly zester. There we are. Let's give this a little stir. We're going to bring it to a boil, and the sugar is going to dissolve through. And as that happens, chop up some fruit. Okay, slice the pear in half. I really like it when fruit is left with the skin on and maybe even the odd stem. Keep it nice and rustic. Way more authentic that way. But just take out the core. And why not use a melon baller? How pretty. Sweet little apple. And plum. My sister has lots of plums in her backyard. So we tend to just poach off a big batch in the fall and share it in the family. Okay, apples in first because they take the longest. Pears are next. Slicing into thirds. Not too small or they will fall apart. Too big and you can't really eat it very easily. And as soon as we add the plums, I have the feeling that we might get a nice pink syrup today. So pretty. Just let these soften. When you're poaching fruit, don't forget about all those delicious dried fruits. I have some apricots here. They will plump up so nicely in the syrup. Just add them and see what happens. So with the yogurt and the fruit goes granola. And if I don't have any in the house, I just make my own little quick granola, which involves some seeds and nuts and a little bit of sea salt. We start with a savory touch of olive oil. Okay, when your olive oil is hot, add some seeds. And I have a real treat here. Shelled pistachios. Why not? Some sesame seeds. And just give them a little stir. Coat them in the oil, or just warming them up, not really browning anything. Okay, I am on a one-woman mission to get the world eating plain yogurt. Sweetened yogurt has so much sugar, and if you want a little sugar, add honey to your plain yogurt or maple syrup. It's the best thing to have in the fridge. You can add it to a spicy curry, put it on top of your pancakes, on top of your apple pie or under poached fruit. Because really, what's the use of vanilla yogurt? It's no good on Thai food. Don't do it. Now is my time to use my new, could be slightly shinier, antique slotted spoon. It's rustic, just like the pears. It smells yummy. And some beautiful pink syrup or poaching liquid. And everything is bubbly and yummy and warm. At this stage, don't forget a sprinkle of sea salt. A little action at breakfast time. So yummy. This is just a cornucopia of texture and flavor. We've got salty and sweet and tart and creamy, all happening in one yummy spoonful. So good. And crunchy. And zesty. Let's face it, it's a lovely way to celebrate fruit, despite the bruises. Don't judge a book or an apple by its cover. Pretty on the inside, poached fruit.